It's me. Welcome to another Build the Terminator, parts 9 and 10. We're finally entering double figures. That makes me happy. My gun arrived last week at work. Probably arrived a week before that, but I only just had my first week back at work and picked up my gun, and my god, it's amazing. It's huge. But I also remember that I have to bear in mind that the gun itself is pretty massive in comparison to the actual Terminator cyborg. So there is that to bear in mind. It may look massive, but I think it's going to be quite oversized still when you see it on the finished model. But that's just my memory, so who knows? Because there's not much to remember Terminator by going through these magazines, mostly about everything but Terminator, which is quite odd. Anyway, let's get started on part 9, and I'm very happy to say that it's going to be a nice, short, easy one after the trauma I had last time. We're basically screwing that onto that. This is going to be one of the details on the head. Also, I happen to know I'm not the only one that's had a big issue with the first finger, in that little pin at the bottom kept on falling out, and nowhere did it say glue it, but the only way I could think that I was ever going to keep that finger from dropping off was to use glue. So I used glue, I think on the inside somewhere of the pin, I think on the end of it, because if I used it anywhere else, that wouldn't have allowed it to keep turning, articulating that way, and yeah, well, only that way, but you get my point. This thumb is also left loose. If anyone has suggestions on how to get that to not be loose, then again, I ought to be very grateful. So let's get on with 9. I'll never understand their thinking behind this. They're flip-flopping all the time between plastic, metal, plastic, metal. This is metal, this is plastic. So you basically put this through there, line it up with the 2 holes, and screw it in. Let me undertake this complex procedure. Done! Looks pretty cool. They managed to take 4 steps to tell us to put 2 screws in. That's quite impressive when you think about it. So that's the side of the head, I think, and that's part 9. So now it's time for part 10, and another finger, which after the last parts I'm not greatly looking forward to, but has to be done. And the other thing we're doing is the inside of the eyes. I can't work out quite why they've gone into this much detail for something that you're never going to see again. You have to line the inside of the eye sockets. So after all this fine detailing, you're basically never going to know that you've done that when you look at it. What can you do? Let's get started. Okay, with each of these it claims that they'll only fit on one way round, so yeah, that seems to be true. So this one I'm doing first. They claim that they're push fit, so 2 holes there, and there's 2 pins sticking out there, and they say if needed use glue. You might have wanted to tell us that about the fingers, Hachette, but you live and learn. Okay, joy of joys, they're both in there now. My glue is dripping everywhere, luckily mostly inside. I think I might have got a tiny bit smudged on the outside, but we'll call that battle damage. That's those in there. I'm not quite sure what benefit that is, but maybe it's for the functioning of keep the eye sockets housed properly. That's my guess. We'll soon find out. Need to put that bit to one side, and now it's a dreaded finger. I've got 9 more of these. No. Yes, 9 more of these to go. So it's time for the trauma to begin all over again. And now, my friends, it's a simple case of fitting all these little finger parts together, and it will all work out fine. Let's see what I can do. Alright, there it is. This is the middle finger, which I have to say feels quite appropriate considering how I feel right now about building these fingers. I've also used the clamp to get them to go down, and I must say that's worked out very well. They're very nice and stiff, but you can still articulate them completely. So now it's time to put that onto the hand. This is going to be fun. As much fun as the last time. I couldn't possibly have much more fun than that. Okay, I'm happy to say that went a lot smoother than the other one. And something tells me they've made the final pin longer than the first one. Because there's no way that's the same length, because this bit kept falling out. And this bit on the second one didn't keep falling out. So what does that tell you? 2 out of 4 fingers. And I have to say, this is the least fun I've had so far, doing these damn fingers. This thumb's still loose, not sure what to do about that. I'm going to try clamping down that bit, but it's already completely flush, so I don't know what else I can do. At least I've not got any wobble here. That I'm really happy about. As you can see, it's not wobbling at all. So there we go, that was parts 9 and 10. Thank you for watching. They've been very short videos, but that's okay by me, because I get to, hopefully, maybe, start the next 2 tomorrow night. Start recording at least. Thanks for watching, and I'll meet you back here next time.